Zakat Chicago. It's a very important, among many other important projects of the Council. And this is, as you know, Zakat is a pillar of Islam, and it has to be institutionalized. You can, of course, pay Zakat on an individual basis to people you know are needy and so on and so forth. But it is meant to be an institution. If you have an Islamic government, the government has the responsibility to administer this, collection, distribution, and so on, which we don't here, but we still have major organizations like the Council. So this project was undertaken, it was visualized, and the need was felt, and a committee was established in 1997. And then in 2001, its structure was developed, but in 2002 it was restructured. And when I was asked to lead the effort with the help of all the people in the masajid who were there as volunteers to help out. So what does Zakat Chicago do? Every masjid has got Zakat program, more or less. Major masajid do. They collect Zakat and they distribute Zakat to the needy people in their community. But there are communities where there is no Zakat collected. They are very poor, impoverished communities within the greater Chicago area. So we felt the need to channel the money where it's needed. Apart from the needy people around the masajid that are helped by the masjid, we need to have a mechanism to understand the needs, to evaluate the need, and channel the money from where it is collectible and where it is surplus to the areas where it's needed. And that was the reason why, and that was our focus in trying to establish this and also structure it along those lines. Number two, all of us who are required to pay Zakat, and I'm sure we have paid Zakat here and also back home if you are coming from a different country, to the needy people in our families and in our communities, and there are crises overseas and we need to also channel some money there. But there is a very important hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. He told Hazrat Muaz when he was sent to Yemen as a governor, he collected Zakat and wanted to send it to Medina. And he asked, what should I do? The Prophet ﷺ said, it is to be collected from the rich amongst you and to be distributed among the poor amongst you. So there is therefore a principle that there is a right of the poor in the community on the Zakat collected in the community. So we started to make that as our focus. So our operating principle is local collection and local distribution. We do not collect money from anywhere else outside of greater Chicago area and perhaps some part of Illinois, but we distribute it 100% locally. So that's what distinguishes us from all the other organizations that collect Zakat. And there are needs beyond the local community, and that's what they are doing. So our message to individuals has been, you have relatives, whether they live here or overseas, that need Zakat, and you have these international crises that also need support, but you have the local community that also has a right upon it. So we recommend, if you have a situation like this, please split your Zakat. Pay part of it here, part of it there, and so on and so forth. And we are managing or trying to manage the local collection, local distribution aspect of it. Our structure is very simple. It's a committee of the council. We have 8 members, and we consult scholars when there is a question about fiqh and so on. But we try to channel our zakat to those 8 areas that are described in the Quran as eligible areas. Now, our process is also something that may distinguish us. We ask for applications from the organizations and use them as the distribution points. We don't help the organizations directly, but use them to distribute the zakat to the needy. And so some masajid are distribution points, some food pantries are, schools are, and so on and so forth. So totally, we have identified so far this year 29 projects that we have supported last year, and that is distributed through 21 organizations. The progress, alhamdulillah, had been very good. But the process that we follow is we budget the money as to what areas we are going to support it, and then invite applications, evaluate them and perform due diligence, really assess the need. And every organization that receives our help through Zakat, we have our volunteers as well as our part-time employees, that we have 2 of them. They go and visit them, if not every month, every other month, to make sure that it's going to the needy and they have proper documentation and so on. So there is a lot of due diligence done, and there's a lot of follow-up, so that we can make sure that the money is going to where it's supposed to go. Alhamdulillah, when we started, we had the first year, the budget was $34,000. So Alhamdulillah, this year that's going to end on the 30th of Shaban, because we follow Ramadan to Shaban cycle. The budget we had made was $500,000. Alhamdulillah, we have distributed a little bit over $450,000, because money keeps on coming even after Ramadan, but not as much. Most of it is collected during Ramadan. So that's in a nutshell. That's in a nutshell what the story of Zakat Chicago is.